You can jump off the building if you don't believe in gravity, and you'll be shown the truth, right? You can serve
You can
yourself.
test certain parts.
You can
of
test
truth.
it all.
No,
You can
because
test it all.
you have a bunch of people that believe that the world banged into each other and blew apart. And mathematically speaking,
Yeah.
it is impossible to think
You
that.
can test that, and you can come to an answer on
But
those.
people will tell you that's what they believe.
I believe that part of absolute truth is some people are absolutely wrong. And I believe that part of absolute truth is that there are things I'm absolutely wrong about.
I would say that.
It's my
as
own
well.
ego and intellect that keeps me from seeing the truth most of the time, right? And so when we get into a discussion in here, you want to talk about Israel and the Jews, and should you bless them universally or in part or whatever? What all we're trying to do is evaluate, the truth, right?
There you go. But we had to define. I think it's important to define, because when I hear Tucker Carlson say, "Hey, I'm a Christian," and then the way he went at questioning Ted Cruz didn't seem like he was going for the truth. He went in a way at him where it looked like he was trying to prove a point of what he wanted, which we all do. I'm not saying he's doing anything that I don't do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying I don't think he was getting to the truth. I don't think he was really searching for the truth. He was saying America first, and that putting Israel or any foreign government or nation at that height of, like, you believe that that's what's best for you, well, then obviously we differ in opinion. So if my opinion is blessing the Jews is going to be blessed by God, then obviously me thinking that serving my country and supporting Israel is bringing the best for my own country. Now he says, no, that can't be true, because man, we're giving them money and we're supporting them, and we shouldn't be. We should be dealing with the veterans here, and he has different issues that he has at home that he believes that we should support.
Now, Genesis 12 is where Ted was talking about, and they're two polarizing figures. So I'd like to just clear up what Ted was trying to say, and what Tucker was going after is Genesis 12:1. It says, "Now the Lord had said to Abram," which becomes Abraham later on in the chapter. It says, "Get out of your country, from your family, and from your father's house, to a land that I will show you. I will make you a great nation. I will bless you and make your name great, and you shall be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and I will curse him who curses you. And in you all the families of the earth shall be blessed." So that's what he was trying to quote. It doesn't say Israel.
That's right. It's a seed. And he goes on to argue it later in that podcast.
It's a lineage. So it says promises to Abraham, like it's a lineage.
So how do you define Israel? Now let's go to the subject of Israel.
Give me your opinion first. Give us a starting point, because I hope to change your opinion.
Okay.
And I hope my opinion is changed.
And I hope that we find absolute truth on the correct opinion.
I'm going to learn something here. So, like, what you are taking it literally, and you use the word Israel, not Abraham.
Well, I liked the reason I liked that clip from Mark Driscoll was, I think you have to have an overall context. Look, I don't have time to sit here and do an in-depth Bible study with you on how many scriptures there are that talk about Israel and the promises that he referenced right there. When Solomon dedicated the temple, he once again declares these promises over these groups of people, and he calls it a nation in Israel. Mm-hmm. He calls them a nation. So where we've had these arguments, and I've got people I work with, my mother-in-law, I've got best friends, Kingsmen, and you have other fellow Christians like Candace with all these different opinions on it. Well, it is probably my most passionate subject is Jews, but really respectively to them coming to know Jesus.
Well, let me ask the question. Is Israel a land, or is it a people?
Well, so there you go. How are we defining it? Because
I would say figure that out first.
That wasn't blessing the land. Mark later clarified that there's three parts to that Abrahamic covenant. It's legacy. it is land, it's a people, and it's also Jesus, a lineage. So if you ask me, well, how do I define Israel? Well, I define it in multiple facets. I define the geographical area where God made those promises and Joshua went and conquered the land, which when you compare that map to then and now, it's similar. It's not all of the land that they should have, but it is similar. And then, so we're talking fruit. I love that when you said fruit, because I'm going to have lots of ways where I can show you the fruit of how God is doing it, because it's how it's turning out. So when the Jews are a group of people who follow the Torah or Old Testament, and they track back through the lineage of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and all of their descendants through to Jesus, because we know that when in Matthew, it lists the lineage from Adam to Jesus. So we know God follows lineage. We know who his promises were given to. Then later it is said, like Solomon is saying, this country is Israel. So it's a land and a people. They call themselves Israel.
So Israel is two things. It's land, the promised land, and it's a people. It's a lineage.
A lineage of people.
So my question is, from Adam to, and I'll shorten it, from Adam to Abraham, Abraham to Isaac, Isaac to Jacob, and then bump all the way down to Jesus, right, through the lineage of King David. Did the lineage stop at Jesus? And I ask that question because Jesus did something that no one else did and that no one will ever do, right? He forgave all of our sins. So did Jesus stop the lineage of Abraham? Because all the Jews killed Jesus. The Jewish law, the 600 laws that they go after and they live by, those laws and the Pharisees, they killed Jesus.
Okay.
So did the lineage
How would that
and
change
promise,
who your mom and dad are?
Well, my mom and, what do you mean?
Well, lineage is based on your parents.
Well,
So you have a mom and a dad
no,
that has a child
no.
on earth
now here's
in the
here's
fruit.
here's how it gets deceived. Is all through the Bible, lineage is followed through the father, right? It's followed through Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, David.
And now they
so
go
on.
through the mother.
Now they go through the
Okay.
mother.
So here's a great point to where we can start, where we start getting spread out on who we're going to call. Let's say, let's us define the term. Do you agree that if we kept with the patriarchal that maybe we can't keep up with, but God would know, father to son, would you agree that he would know from then to now who every lineage is?
No.
You don't think God knows?
No.
Wait,
So-
you're saying God doesn't know the mom and dad to a child?
No, I'm just being argumentative.
Yeah,
Because,
that's kind
like,
of an absolute question.
Well, here's the
Well, because it's
here's-
you can't argue.
God
this.
knows
I can't wait to hear the
everything.
argument.
no.
Yeah.
Here's the argument.
God knows everything.
Galatians 3 is a great argument. So Paul writes, like, there is neither Greek nor Jew, slave nor free, male nor female, right? So I ask you, does God know which of us is male and which of us is female, regardless of how we're dressing? 100%. Like, he knows what he created, right? But in the way of, like, does God know and see you that way? No. So here's my absolute truth that I've based my belief system, right?
Okay.
Either Jesus changed it all or he didn't. So either Jesus came, he lived a sinless life, he is the lamb that was slain, he is the propitiation for all of our sins. He died, he was buried, he rose again, he defeated death, he took the keys back, and he has set in place a new covenant, right? Where all can find grace and blessing through him based on their belief in him, not their own actions. Either he did all that or he didn't. So, like, where you say replacement theology, like, yes, either Jesus replaced the old covenant or he didn't.